Hello, welcome back to Mountain Jim Card Collectibles. So, to start us off, yesterday I wanted to make an episode. I try to make 5 or 6 a week. But I just want to say that if you're following my channel, I can't do this every day, unfortunately, because I am a business owner. And yesterday I was trying to purchase a local business from a fellow business owner, and we tried to make an agreement probably about 8 hours, if not more, and it never went through. But so I spent a lot of my day trying to purchase a business yesterday that it didn't work. So anyway, it may happen. I'd have to do other things with my business. If I would have bought that business, if the purchase would have gone through, you may not see as much of me, so hey, maybe it's for the best. But anyway, today I want to talk about something that's, always been an issue for me with sports card grading. And I know that a lot of people swear by putting their cards in PSA slabs, BGS, CGC, whatever slabs, tag, like they say, to protect the cards. But you really have to ask yourself, when a person says that they want to grade their cards to protect their cards. And one of the issues with sports cards is if you collect them, you and I both know how they operate. You keep your cards in dark places, or at least I hope you do. And I wish we didn't have to have this wine cellar mentality of, the way that we're doing this. Now, I know that Slab Mag, is known for being, or supposedly, great to help your card stand against UV light. But the slab mags, you're putting slabs over your graded slab, and it's just this really ridiculous concept, in my opinion, of putting slabs over slabs. It's the Russian doll, and to me, it just doesn't need to go down that road. Now, the other issue I have with these slabs is the fact that they haven't really changed much since the late 90s, I should say. I still remember being in college and having some of my friends do their first grading. And this is a while ago. I went to college, 99 to 2003, or actually 2002. But I officially got my diploma in 2003, which is just kind of, weird. But anyway, so during that time, so they get their slabs back, and they're showing them to me. And and I'm like, yeah, this is pretty cool, but like they're saying back then, he's like, but I still don't think I can do with it what I want, which is show it, put up on my mantle, put up in my room, because he knows it's the sun's going to damage his card. And that's just it. Is this is back in 2000. Here we are in 2025. It's still playing the same game, so it's a great card, has a great grade. What happens if you make a mistake and leave that slab out in the sun, huh? It's $1 million card. For some reason, it gets left in the sun. I mean, if you're a cruel person, think about this. I could imagine one of my ex-girlfriends doing this to me. Like, if I have some graded cards and they're all angry at me, taking my cards in the slab and throwing them on my back deck or something, or putting them in the sun someplace to try and ruin them. Yeah, I know how my ex-girlfriends are. And so when you dig into slabs, what I found is going to PSA, going to BGS, going to these grade or card grading companies. I'm just not seeing them advertising or really pushing it to the forefront because let's face it, it's 2025. I have had sports cards that are awesome. Why do I always have to keep hiding them in a drawer? Why do we have to live by the wine cellar code in this, hobby? In this day and age, really slabs haven't changed that much in 25 years. I mean, I look at, if I looked at a card, from 2000 in a PSA slab, I look at a card now in the PSA slab, they look about the same. The slabs look about the same. And honestly, they haven't really changed much. Now, you can dig into what the UV protection is on like a PSA slab, and I've seen anywhere from 3%, maybe 13%, but that's not enough. That's not enough. For what they're charging, UV protection needs to be like 100%. And how are they going to achieve it? Well, you know what? They may have to pay someone to come up with a product that does that. Yeah. Is PSA doing that? I mean, honestly, do you believe that, PSA has like a scientific team creating, the super slab of the 21st century that you can throw your card out in, the hottest sun for a week, 2 months, whatever, and it's perfectly protected. No sun damage at all. I have seen so many awesome sun-damaged cards in my lifetime to where I look at the card, and from a distance I can tell it's sun-damaged, but I have to look it up, look at it closer, and it's just like, this is an awesome card, and I'd buy it, but it's sun-damaged. Why? Well, they probably made the mistake of not keeping it in their wine cellar, aka a drawer, a dark room, whatever. And in my opinion, it needs to change. If you're going to gamble to try and get a good grade, and so you get a bad grade, at least they could put in a slab that protects, against light. And I wish that we had a better way that we could proudly display our cards, even just for ourselves, in a way that I don't have to hide them, and is grading doing as much for you as it should? So there is graded card screen, you have slab mag, you have slabs that you put over your slab, and maybe they'll have slabs you put over your slab, or you see what I'm saying? I'm tired. And so anyway, so why do we have to get slabs to go over slabs with the grading prices where they're at? You know what I mean? I mean, in this day and age, they have graded guard. They have slab mags. To me, it gets to be kind of junky, the Russian doll effect. And would I lay, my slab out in the sun with a slab mag on? I wouldn't even, trust it. If I mistakenly lost something outside and it laid outside, that is really the question: does it even offer any water protection, these slabs? I mean, I know that people like to play with them, this and that, bury them, this and that, but really, my fear is like dropping a slab somewhere. Maybe I have a box and, it's sitting in my yard or something, for a day or two, what's going to happen to it? And so the junk in the junk ideology has to stop, in my opinion. It needs to begin with the slab itself. And here we are at PSA. To me, the very front page of PSA should be offering 100% UV protection for your sports cards. And they should also have 100% water protection for your sports cards. And then they should have something, they got like a dog on there, because I know how my dogs are. He's like chewing up the slab, and nothing's going on with the slab. I just feel like these grading companies, for what they've become, could do a lot better. And we've put them on a pedestal, these sports card companies, and act like they're something that they're really not. Back to the year 2000, PSA is not giving you many differences in their slabs. What would they have to do to, create something like this? Well, I don't know. I mean, apparently Slab Mag, these companies, they have something going on, Why can't we get something like that in just the slab itself, so we don't have to do the Russian doll effect, I just wish that these greedy grading companies would wake up and look at their product and go, what are we really giving the customer? What are we giving the collector? And you're giving us a product where we have to go buy another product to protect stuff. Whether that be, these various companies that are offering, graded card screen protectors, Slab Mag, whatever. Can we please just push into the 21st century so that we don't have to deal with this stuff? This thing, with sports cards, I just wish we didn't have the wine cellar effect, I wish that I could display sports cards in a way that looks classy and not cheap. Even if you have nice sports cards and you try and put them on your wall, I've seen them framed up, whatever, I still think they look cheesy, Is there ever going to be a way that we can display sports cards on a wall, almost like a digital camera type frame? I just don't know, to have like cards that are worth so much and to be forced to, always hide them in the dark. And then always the fear of, if something happens, say you have, the angry girlfriend who throws your slabs out in the sun because she's mad and totally ruins your most prized card. I just wish it would change. I just wish that these companies would stop playing their games. So anyway, if you have any different opinions on sports card UV protection, leave some comments. I just feel like we need to go further. It'd be nice, artwork's the same way. I do oils, acrylics, this and that. You don't ever want to leave your artwork out in the sun, because it just fades it, that's always the downfall of art that's shown in galleries. And they know it because it's just the lighting destroys the art. Look at the Mona Lisa. As we speak, light is destroying the Mona Lisa. But with sports cards, with all these slabs and everything else that, that they've created, why can't we just get something that finally offers a collector 100% protection against UV that isn't like in the dark slab? But I mean, could you imagine? Yeah, there you go. It's like a sunglass, it's dark. You can't see your card. I mean, it'd be pointless. And then I like to get away from the Russian doll effect of slab mags and the other products that are similar to slab mags. So you don't have to slab up your slab. You know what I mean? So we have to put a slab over the slab, and then before you know it, you got a slab over the slab over the slab. You got 3 slabs. It's just ridiculous. So anyway, thank you to all my subscribers. Once again, I apologize I can't continually, put shows out because I do run a business and I run into things. And if you're a viewer, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It's 100% free. I can continue to improve the channel, and I won't have to work for Google and YouTube doing free service for them. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. I'm out of here. Bye.